Welcome back, everybody, to Pittsburgh Pirates October Baseball. We have taken Game 1 against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Game 2 sets up Shane Baz versus Ryne Nelson. Let's hop right in, and I expect this is going to be good. It's the Wild Card Series, and despite winning our division, we still have a test to pass before we truly get into postseason excitement. Above the Wild Card Series, that is. I think that it's exciting enough just to be here, and it was also unexpected here in year 2, but I'm very happy to be here, and I think that we've got a lot of tools that we can utilize to make this a successful playoff run and at least get deep into October. Shane Baz getting the start today, I feel good about, because Shane Baz has done a very good job since we acquired him. And immediately on the first pitch of the game, Yelich will get a single into left field. Not a great start, but we'll call a mulligan on that. And McCarthy will lift that into center field for O'Neill Cruz. In the first year that we had Shane Baz, he pretty much matched Paul Skeens in how he performed, and they were both extremely good. Now, there has been separation here in year 2, where Shane Baz has not matched Paul Skeens, and that is more in line with what I think would be realistic expectations. I was going to say what I see, happening routinely or whatever, but I wanted to reword it, so I think that the proper order of things is that, yes, Shane Baz is not as good as Paul Skeens. On the mound, they've got Ryne Nelson, and it looks like he had a really good year as well, a 3.54 ERA over 183 innings, and a 1.14 whip. So we've got our work cut out for us, but we could clinch further appearances here in the postseason with a series win here in Game 2. And Luis Arraez is trying to help us do that by getting a leadoff single himself as we answer back the hit from Arizona immediately. Now O'Neill Cruz, who I would love to see have a great postseason for us. He's going to lift that to left field, but that, unfortunately, is just a routine fly out. Coming up next, it is going to be Bryan Reynolds, and he's become one of my favorite Pittsburgh Pirates players to hit, and I feel like him being a switch hitter with good contact, lots of power. Oh my gosh! The save from Vladimir! No way! What a spectacular double play that was, as Vladdy fully dives. Let's check the replay here. Okay, so Reynolds makes weak contact, bounces, and Vladdy spears it. Superman dives, has the presence of mind to throw to second, a beautiful turn and throw, and coverage by Nelson. What a double play that Arizona just did. Sawinski going for this one in right field, and he's got it. And that'll end the second for Baz. And Joey Bart here in the bottom of the second will get a plate appearance. And I want to take this time, as we're in the postseason, and this is what most likely is going to be the most excitement that we'll get until the end of next year here in the Pirates franchise. I do want to take this time with more focus and more eyes on these videos right now, just to say a quick thanks to everybody. I started this with, I want to say, 150 to 200 subscribers on YouTube. I finished the Rays series, and I felt pretty good about the audience retention and the views, subscribers that we got from the Tampa Bay Rays. And I was really happy with, the feedback that I did receive, and it was not very much. I'm still a relatively new channel to doing this. And I'm starting to build more and more now. And we have actually just passed 600 subscribers as of not too long ago. And I just want to say thanks to everybody. I really appreciate the support. I thank you guys for the likes on the videos, any comments that we get. And Joey Bart after a great battle. And he's going to line out. Okay, well, anyways, not to be deterred. Thank you, everybody, for watching, for commenting, liking, subscribing, whatever you do. I don't often ask. Oh, man. Gabriel Moreno with a solo shot into left field. It goes way, way back there, 423 feet. And before I can finish my message there, that's a Diamondbacks home run. And now we're in the hole. And so we've got to mount the comeback here once again. We did it in Game 1. I think that we've got, like I said, the tools to utilize to make it happen again. So 1 run is the worst lead in baseball. And let's see if we can bounce back. Still here in the top of the third with Baz against Jake McCarthy now. And he reaches for that one. Horowitz will play it, and we've got him out. So anyways, yeah, just thanks, everybody. I sincerely appreciate it. Anything that you guys say in the comments, I try to respond to. Appreciate the likes on the video and all the extra subscribers I've picked up. It's been a little while since I've addressed that, so just wanted to get a thank you message out there to all you guys. Sawinski is going to line drive a 2-out single here in the bottom of the third, and the lineup will turn over now for Luis Arraez. And I've expected a little bit more out of him, both in the regular season and here in the postseason as he strikes out. He's been one of those guys that has not quite fulfilled the role as much as I would have really liked him to, and Gladys lifts that for Reynolds and left, and Reynolds doesn't get there. No, it bounces out. That's a ground rule double instead of a routine pop-out. I know it was deep and Reynolds was going back, but it's not like he had a bad jump or anything. Let's get a closer look. Yeah, he just kind of flails at it. He was not quite fast enough to get there. So that's a leadoff double, and now Ketel Marte is at the plate. And we will walk him. There's a full count, and the circle change just misses way outside, and now we're actually in a little bit of a pickle here. We're going to do a mound visit and have a chat with Shane Baz real quick and say, hey, man, I know you gave up the bomb, but it's 1-0. There's no reason to let this get out of hand. This game is not over by any means, but there's 2 men on and nobody out. And Horowitz will grab it. The throw to second. Montgomery back to first. Baz covering, and we've got the double play. There we go. That's a good way to bounce back as Connor Norby is toast at first base. And it's 0-2 now against Corbin Carroll. And he will weakly hit that over to Montgomery. Doesn't have a great jump. And, okay, what? Safe? Come on, man. That should have been routine. I know Corbin Carroll has got rockets on the bottom of his cleats, but he really made that? It's so hard to tell. We need the slower one. Wow, less than 4 seconds home to first, and there's the... No, I think he's out, man. Are you kidding me? No option to challenge this, of course. So instead of an out in the inning, it is now 2-0. And Gurriel lifts that deep to left field, and Reynolds is not getting that one either. And it will also go out. And that is a ground rule double RBI. And I've seen enough. I don't know if it's bad luck. I don't know if they're getting lucky. I don't know what's going on. But I got to change it. We got to do something here. It's only a 3-game series in this wild card matchup. And I'm going to bring in Hunter Harvey to try to get a handle on things. He was extraordinary throughout this season. And I really, really feel comfortable putting him in these kind of situations. But as we're in the postseason now, and everything is much more important, and it's got to be reacted to quickly. I mean, there's no time to wait here in the postseason. When things start going badly, you need to make a change. Or when things go good, you know, you keep it going as long as you can. But I'm not going to be scared to call on the bullpen. They've been really good for us pretty consistently throughout these 2 years, actually. And O'Neal Cruz lifts that to left, and now he can't get it. Yeah, there's something going on. That's another ground rule double. This time in our favor, so I'll take it. As O'Neal Cruz will get on base for a leadoff double. That's a lot of really good speed to have there. And yeah, what's going on in left field, you guys? I don't know. A little shaky out there. Bryan Reynolds now here with a full count, and we are way off the timing there. As the circle change underneath the zone will sit him down. That's only the 3rd strikeout, though, so I don't feel like we're really flailing against Ryan Nelson, but he's been locating pretty well. Joey Bart lifts that to left field. And that is caught. And very quickly from a leadoff double, we're now down to 2 outs. And that runner is still there. Let's send him. Schumann to right field. And that does not go well for us either. End of the 4th. Great. All right, now about the halfway point. And Harvey stays in the game as a line drive from Perdomo puts Arizona on base to lead off the top of the 5th. 3-0. We're starting to run out of time as Arizona has made a lot of headway. And Montgomery diving. He saves it. The throw over to first. And we've got him. Great defense. Shortstop and third base between Montgomery and Schumann have been really, really good for us. And I love being able to rely on the infield to make those kinds of plays. Triolo, wherever we need him, is also a really good defender. And there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Schumann, quick reaction. The runner holds, and we've got 2 outs. And they're repeating what we just did, and now it's Vladdy. And that's weakly hit. Montgomery, great reaction. Plenty of time, the throw over, and we've got him out. We're going to bring in Carmen Mlodzinski now, and he was the September call-up. We had him down in AAA all of this past year, but he performed really well. We brought him back up, and he's played more than 2 innings here in the postseason. No, not in the postseason. In the later end of the season, in September when we called him up. He'll get the out first from Ketel Marte, and then Connor Norby is now at the plate. And that sweeper is brought into left field. Plenty of time for Reynolds this time, and he is underneath it for a routine out number 2. Majinski's gotten results very quickly. He's only thrown 6 pitches, and it's 1-1 against Corbin Carroll. And he hits that well, and that is another one for Reynolds. Lots of activity in left field. There's maybe a baseball magnet or something going on. Everything's going out there. But Majinski gives us a good inning. We do bring him back for the 7th inning, as he only hit 7 pitches there, and Reynolds will not be able to get there in time for that one. And so that is a leadoff single for Gurriel. And I talked about reacting quickly. I'm not going to panic now that we're down by 3 and switch out Majinski. And I don't think that we were going to make that throw to second and possibly turn 2. So I did make the decision because sometimes that animation when they turn is really, really slow. And I didn't want to get nobody out. So I just went for first. Perdomo helps us out with a swing inside and a miss as he hacks and gets tied up into pieces. And there's now 2 outs for Yelich, and he will swing and miss. That's strike number 2. And Majinski just needs one more good pitch. And we might get it, Reynolds. Nope, it bombs down. Reynolds throws it in. Bart going for the tag, and we've got him. All right. Wow, Bryan Reynolds unloads the actual cannon out there in left field. Let's get a look here. Yeah, it doesn't even look like much. He doesn't flail or fall over on the throw, but it's perfect in the timing, not in the location, but Bart able to react and get the glove on him really quickly, and that is an excellent save right there. The Diamondbacks then will bring in Jordan Romano, and he had a challenging regular season here in 2026, but we'll see how he does here in postseason baseball for the first time. It's a righty-lefty matchup as Bryan Reynolds has switched to that side of the plate, and he will get a little dribbler through into center field. Lead-off single in the bottom of the 7th. Still trying to mount a comeback. We have not been able to score, and that's only the 4th hit that we've gotten against the Arizona pitching staff in Game 2 here. Joey Bart will then strike out, flailing outside of the zone, and now it's going to be Max Schumann. He's 0 for 2 today, but I expect that we'll get something with him. And here we go. It goes to right field, and it's going deep, going back, and it's off the wall. It's not a home run. That's another one of those weird ones that bounce off, but that will be an RBI double, and we are officially on the board now. There you go. Perfect timing for Schumann. And he comes through in a big way. And Arizona's going to make a quick change now with their pitchers, and it's going to be Joe Mantiply. We did get to him in Game 1, and he's got a 9 ERA because of it here in the postseason. So let's see if we can touch him up for any more. Runner on second in scoring position with only 1 out, and Colson Montgomery, no, he's going to weakly ground that to third base. Runner remains on second, and they only need 1 more to strand him. But now we're within reach. A 2-run deficit is not too much to overcome, except Spencer Horwitz will just lift that to left field, and we'll strand that runner. And we'll only get a couple more opportunities now, 6 to be exact. David Bednar, we're going to bring in to try to hold Arizona and keep this lead exactly where it is. He was stellar with an under 3 ERA over 85 innings this year. First appearance here in the postseason, and it's going to be against 2-3-4 from Arizona. McCarthy lifts that immediately, swinging on the first pitch deep to center field for Cruz, and that's out number 1. Next, it's going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr., probably the most dangerous hitter on their staff. And Triolo will play that. That's a nice and easy out number 2. So far, no drama with Bednar on the mound. And Ketel Marte will lift that, and Bryan Reynolds will play that. So an excellent inning of relief from David Bednar to hold them. And we'll move into the bottom of the 8th now. 6 outs to go for us to mount the comeback as it's a 3-1 game. And Arizona's going to bring in Ryan Thompson. He had a really good year this year, over 77 innings. And the count is 2-2 against Jared Triolo. Thompson has one of those sidearm deliveries. It's not submarine. I don't think it's like a negative angle, but it comes out nearly just straight horizontal. And those types of deliveries really, really are tough for me to try to pick up, especially for like a righty-righty matchup, or if he was a lefty-lefty. Those are very, very tough. I do not like hitting against the submarine or the sidearm deliveries, but we've got no choice but to do it. And Sawinski, deep to left field. It's going back. It's going deep, and it's gone. Sawinski comes through once again. We've only had 2 games in the postseason, and Sawinski is a home run in each of them. And we are 1 run away now from tying this game. Wow, Jack Sawinski once again pulls through in a huge, dominating way right now off of that bomb, and it's 3-2. Evan Carter, who? We've got Jack Sawinski. No, I'm just kidding. That's hyperbole, but still very exciting for Sawinski. That's awesome. What's not awesome is Luis Arraez not being able to make contact and get on base like we want him to. And now we're down to O'Neal Cruz. It's 2-2. He hits that perfectly. There we go. A line drive into center field. And Cruz. I thought about going for second. I actually sent him for a few moments there and then told him to go back to first. Yeah, I figured that throw was going to be on the line, so we saved the out there. And we'll just try to steal second like normal. Bryan Reynolds is back at the plate, and this is where it's going to get really dangerous for Arizona. If we can do something right here, it's going to be awesome. The throw to second, and no, they've got Cruz. Oh, no. We strand them, well, not strand them, but we lose the base running opportunity. Moving into the 9th now, we've got to put up Garrett Clevenger, and this will be his first appearance here in the postseason as well. Went right up to the wire at the end of the year, and then because we made the wild card, there's no break, so there's a little bit of a fatigue thing that we're trying to work out right now with some of these guys. I want them as well rested as possible, and so I'm trying not to bounce back and forth between all these relievers. And Arizona has a leadoff single. We get a beautiful cutter in there against Corbin Carroll. That was awesome. I love the cutter from him. And nope, that's going to get by Triolo as well. Carroll is on base, and there's now 2 men on. And with a 1-run lead, this is really concerning. Clevenger cannot allow anything else to happen. We get a sinker called for a strike on the outer edge of the zone against Gurriel. That's great. Second pitch is a little further outside on the 4-seam, and that's a ball. And then a cutter in nearly the exact same spot. That should have been strike 2. I just want to stay away a little bit. I'm being very, very careful. And now 2-2 is the count as Gurriel fouls that away. Let's try to backdoor him with some big sweeping movement. Nope. Sweeper goes under the zone. All right, full count now. Still nobody out. Clevenger. Clutch pitch. He grabs it. The throw to second. Montgomery. Agile off the bag to Horowitz. And we turn 2. Really, really nice. That's probably one of the best outcomes we could ask for, other than a third base, second base kind of double play. And the cutter will strike him out. Clevenger does get a grip there and get Arizona down, but we are to our final 3 outs now, and time is running out. Kevin Ginkel will take the mound, trying to close this. He saved 44 games this year during the season, and they had 58 opportunities, so by no means a dominant closer. He did get plenty of saves, but I think that blowing more than 10 saves means that you are not a high-caliber closer. So Ginkel, as far as this year goes with his numbers, has not been incredible in the closing slot for Arizona. Bryan Reynolds at the plate. 3-4-5 to lead this off in the bottom of the 9th, and that is a high pop out to left field. One more time, it goes back there, and it's brought down. Joey Bart now. 2-2 against him. Ginkel ready to deliver what could be the final few pitches of this game. And that's a strikeout. Joey Bart cannot get it. Ginkel trying to make me eat my words about his closing opportunities. And it's going to come down to Max Schumann. This is stressful stuff, you guys. I don't know if you get as stressed as I do. If you play this game, you probably know what I'm talking about. And Schumann, no. Vladimir will just take that to first. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have bounced back in Game 2 to force a Game 3 in the series. I thought we might be able to get lucky or maybe just play well enough to get them out in just 2 games, get a rest day. But no, the Diamondbacks bounce back, and we're going to go to Game 3. That's coming up next. But first, Atlanta and the Dodgers are set for the NLDS. Philadelphia is waiting for the winner of our series. The Minnesota Twins, Baltimore Orioles on the ALDS side, as well as Seattle and Cleveland. Those are the matchups here as the division series are nearly complete, and I'll see you guys soon for Game 3.